Ask for direct divine guidance. God's love for people is limitless. No one is lost, no one is forgotten at the end of his days. Every life is honored and safe in his love. This truth often still gives it too little importance. Instead of living with God and asking for the direct guidance of God, many people reject this thought. You want to master your life yourself in order to be able to call yourself masters? Is that the way? The truth is, no one achieves the mastery himself. Every mastery can only be achieved with God. It is you whose steps matter, it is you who goes the way, it is you who has to use strength and energy so that your destiny can be fulfilled. However, you are always with God. No one has ever completed his master's examination alone or has gone up to heaven solely through his own efforts. Above all, your spiritual development needs the guidance and presence of God in the middle of your life. What is championship? What is the championship? Mastery means recognizing yourself and assuming your role in this cosmic game. A true master understands, a real master knows, a realized master accepts. Open your consciousness so that God can enter. Empowering yourself to enter into the covenant with God. Live in unity with God and give up the role of the lone fighter. Human consciousness is taking real leaps at this time. Much of what was valid to this day is now being rejected. The spirit of unity is entering the spirit of man's unity with God. More and more people are now becoming aware of this. Tires without pain. More and more people realize that they do not have to cope with anything in life themselves and that spiritual growth can take place even without traumatizing pain experiences. This internal maturation process is taking place in more and more people today. Beliefs that have shaped past epochs are questioned and abandoned. The core is, people who aspire to mastery on this earth have recognized that only in unity with God can life be given meaning, and fulfillment. The separation from God is overcome and true milestones in spiritual development are the result. If you thought you had your life in your own hands, then you were wrong. If you thought that only you were the creator of your life, then you were wrong. If you thought that manifestation only happened on your own initiative and on your own, then you were far from the truth. Everything that is through God, happens through God and has its origin in God. Getting involved in this truth means letting go and instantly removes all pressure from your life. Expectations that you have of yourself are lifted and you can finally live freely and carefree. The best to do with a good conscience and with all possible commitment. Everything else was, is, and remains the matter of God. To internalize this, to accept it and to let God regulate the great things in your life as well as the details, that is what makes a living relationship with God. God and problems. For God there are no big or small problems. God looks at everything that is in the same way and his hands intervene where they are needed. Not only when you no longer know or can no longer continue, God is your ally, but long before that, God will meet you with outstretched arms. This direct and everlasting guidance by God is your right of birth, and if you have forgotten it, you will be reminded of this in this message. The belief that you have to shape your destiny yourself, carry it, and endure it, and the belief that God only enters the stage of your life when you fail or threaten to break it reality is a misconception. If it is too late, beloved person, then not because there is no God, but because there was no God in your life. Therefore, please God in your life. God is there and God is not waiting for you to walk through the valley of tears. God doesn't matter, but you usually do. Why, beloved? Why is God absent even for a second in your life? Recognize this error. Live and mature with God. Growth without pain, enlightenment far from suffering. This means gaining mastery with, through, and in God. The most direct path to completion is the path with God.